Congratulations, your offer just got accepted on your house. So curious about what happens next? Stay tuned. So typically keep in mind that most escrows are about 30 days, could be longer or shorter depending on various circumstances. Escrow's 30 days and your contingency period is 17 days. During that day one of escrow, when escrow is opened, escrow is a neutral third party that's processing the purchase of your home. So you have to be diligent and stay on top of everything. Time is of the essence. So you're going to be hearing from escrow, from title, from the lender on various things that they're going to need. Day one, escrow's opened, and so you have to submit your earnest money deposit. So typically it's about 1%. And keep in mind there's fraud going on, so you want to make sure that you confirm and you call the escrow company to confirm the bank account information so that you wire it to the correct account. So that's something that you need to do pretty quickly. And then you have the inspection period. So we're ordering a home inspection where you'll have a third party come in and do an inspection of the property. So they'll take a look to see if there's anything that needs to be repaired and look at the condition of certain items. And during that investigation period, we're also looking to see what the seller disclosed. They're required to complete disclosure documents so you can get an idea of different repairs that they've done on the home, get an idea of what's wrong with it that they have no knowledge. So you're reviewing that, and then if there's an HOA, you're also reviewing HOA documents. And then we're also going through and making sure quotes for insurance. And in California, there is an insurance crisis. Stay tuned. I have another video for that. So once that's done, depending on the condition of the property, the buyer's agent can issue a request for repairs. Keep in mind the seller's not obligated to take any action. Depending on the type of market, they could complete the repairs. They could issue credits towards closing. They could issue a reduction in price or do nothing at all. Or they can counter. The lender will request an appraisal. So a third party will come in and provide their opinion of how much the house is worth. So if the appraisal comes in much higher than the purchase price, that's a win. So you already have equity in your house and you haven't even moved in and closed on it. But if the appraisal comes in lower than the purchase price, the buyer is responsible to cover that gap. And then you have the loan contingency. During that period, the lender's going through to make sure that the buyer is actually qualified to purchase a home. So they're going through underwriting, making sure everything's good to go. They'll be asking for pay stubs. They'll confirm that you're still employed, W-2s, depending on what type of loan that you're getting. While contingencies are still in place, the buyer's deposit is still protected. Once contingencies are removed, the buyer's deposit is no longer protected. Once the contingency period is over, the seller can request for the buyer to remove contingencies with a notice to perform. Keep in mind that during the escrow period, you can technically close without removing your contingencies. So it kind of just depends on who the listing agent is and if they're going to push to get you to remove them. Then you have the final walkthrough, which is typically 3 days prior to closing. You're walking in to make sure that the condition of the house looks the same as to when you first saw it. And if any repairs that should have been completed, you're going in to make sure that they've been completed. It's also a good time if you want to measure anything, you can go ahead and do so then. Or if you need to get other quotes for different things after you move in for any remodels, or if you're looking at making any upgrades or anything like that, it's a good time, since you're already going to be in the house, to have some of those vendors come in and get estimates for you. Otherwise, you'll have to wait until closing. And then you have your final closing docs. So that's basically what outlines everything. It includes everything that you'll be paying, out of pocket that you have to bring to kind of to the closing table, so to speak, of what needs to happen, and then you get a breakdown of every detail. And then after that, once the sale is recorded and funded, you get your keys and you're ready to move in and start the new chapter. And if you're curious about the home buying process and how we can tailor that to fit your needs, reach out to me directly. Thanks for watching.